What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Trains of Lark show, the May edition. I am your host, Trains of Lark, and we've got a special one for you tonight. We've got Trainman Dan, we've got Wheel 2926, and we've got Mr. Derick Sampson here with us from Value Trains USA. So before we get going, in case if anyone's wondering, hey, where's Wipeout? He is unfortunately not feeling well, so he is stepped away for tonight. So Cody, if you're tuning in, hey man, we hope you get feeling better, and we'll see you on the next episode. So that being said, let's go ahead and let's move forward to our next thing. So one of the things that we absolutely love about this hobby is when a new manufacturer or a newcomer comes into the hobby here. So a couple of weeks ago, we found out that Value Trains USA was decided that they wanted to enter into the O-gauge market with an incredible line of boxcars here. So Derick, first of all, thank you so much for taking some time out of your Saturday evening to come out and hang out with us, boys.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me on the show, and I look forward to sharing more about our company and what we have to offer for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we get started in terms of the freight car, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, how did you end up in the hobby, and how did you end up making freight cars?
Well, let's go way back to the very beginning. So growing up, my dad and I were really into classic cars. So, growing up, we were always working on stuff. I grew up on a farm. Well, my grandpa and I were pretty big into hobbies, everything from steam engines to we flew radio control airplanes for about 20 years together. So always had a big interest in the hobbies. And when I got old enough to start my car business, I also build and restore classic cars and customization. It was about 2007, 2008, and there was kind of a crash, and a lot of hobby shops started closing down. And I'd really been thinking about starting a shop in the front of my business where I restore classic cars. So I actually bought out a pretty large amount of inventory from another hobby shop in Missouri, and that's how I started my store. And a few years went by, and then I met my wife, and her and I talked about, we got married, and we're like, we got to make a decision here. Like, we're running out of room with what we have here. So we decided to grow grow the business. And it was soon after we got our new storefront that I decided it was time that I was carrying all these other great manufacturers. It's like, I really want to do something myself here in the USA. And so we started our first freight car back in development in 2016. And by 2018, I had my first HO freight car and branded through our hobby shop as Value Trains. And ever since then, we've just slowly built the business into what it is today.
Awesome here. So I gotta ask the big question. So what was it about O-gauge that made you decide, you know what, I want to give it a shot? Because you did start with HO and then you did start with N. So what made you decide, you know what, I want to go for a bigger gauge?
Yeah, so I think there was a couple factors of that. One was just the exciting factor of bigger trains. I think that, selling some larger trains in my store for years, from O-gauge, even a little bit of larger scale, G scale. I never really carried a lot of it, but every time I would see it, it just always piqued my interest. And I was just always, there was something about it. But at the time, I had no clue how to get into manufacturing something that big. I had a little bit of experience with the HO scale and doing the tooling and all the development in that, which was quite costly. I don't know if all of our viewers understand what it costs to actually develop a model. But you get into some pretty significant numbers when you're talking development. So for me, it's kind of slow and steady. I'm a family guy. I spend a lot of time building the family business that we've started, but there was just always something about it that people kept asking me. It's like, we'd love for you to do an O-gauge car, because we're in the custom printing business as well. We do a lot of custom runs in all the scales that we make. And now we even do custom run for O-gauge. So, which we actually are excited. We've got our first custom run going to be going out in about 2 weeks, which will be our first really big run of custom cars for a really great museum. But it was just the wow factor. People always ask me, hey, would you do me a custom box car? It's like, you know what, I'd love to, but I just don't have any. So I got real excited last year about it, and we were able to put the resources together globally and in the United States to be able to get the parts and develop the manufacturing process that we needed to establish to be able to build these cars and put them together right here in Missouri. So
that's awesome. So what you're saying is that one of the things that makes yours stand out is the fact that these are assembled and in some of them even produced, at least in terms of the parts, here in the USA.
Yeah. Yeah, that is correct. So, we call it our hybrid manufacturing. We've been exclusively 100% made in the USA since we started in our very first model years ago. But we knew that it was time, after working with so many other great manufacturers, that it was time to start what we called our hybrid brand with Creative Trainworks and work with other really great manufacturers in the world that make really great parts, and then bring them over here and then manufacture other parts of the model ourselves here right in our facility in Missouri, and then actually do all the painting, all the detail printing, all the detail design. We make the undercarriages, and then we do the full assembly of the model. We make our own. All of our packaging is done right here. We're getting ready to do a larger run of packaging. We'll actually get done also here in the United States, but believe it or not, we even printed our own boxes here on site, and made our own inserts. It all was done right here. So there's very little outsourcing on these products other than some of the main components that, we have manufactured. So you could say that, the biggest part of these models are all done right here in the middle of Missouri, USA. So.
Awesome. So you would say, and tell them in terms of like the turnaround time. So from the time that you announce them until the time someone gets their hand on it, with it all being done in the USA, what kind of advantage does that give you versus someone that, like relies on like someone like in China or Korea for their stuff? How quickly would you say the turnaround time is?
Yeah. So the turnaround time from the time that we make an announcement. So we do things a little different. We don't take conventional pre-orders like many of the other manufacturers. And that works fantastic if we're doing, exclusive global manufacturing. But being that we've combined that and we're controlling a lot of the process here as far as the assembly and the painting and all of that right here on site, is that we can actually announce a model and we actually front the money ourselves up front and development, paying for all the parts, getting everything finished. I mean, I and my family put up all the money up front for our staff to do the development and do all the work. But you're looking at only about 30 to 60 days from the time we announce a model to the time that they actually start shipping. Which in all the years that I've been in the hobby business, I've never seen anything like it.
That's quick.
Wow. So
extremely quick.
So basically you can get them in and turn them around here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dive into one of the questions here. So New had two questions. So the second one we'll get to later. But the first one too is that, so will these be available at dealers? So are you planning to do these like directly on like your website, or is this something that you're planning to do partnerships with other dealers in the area to where that way they have easier access to it?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So these models are available through our websites, valuetrainsusa.com and samsonrchobbyshop.com. You can go to our store to the Creative Trainworks tab, click on that, and it'll say Shop All Boxcars. You can click on that. And I think right now we've got well over 50 paint schemes already up on the website in this model. So you can order directly from us, or we work really closely with Midwest Model Railroad in Independence, Missouri. They don't even really carry O gauge, but they actually saw our product in Denver and kind of got real excited about it. And since they already carry all my other products, they said, you know what? I said, this might be a really good opportunity for you to expand your store. And believe it or not, they literally came home and started ordering some of our products. So we're super excited about that partnership. And also going forward, you're going to see our products popping up more. It's such a new product, and we've been working so hard just to get it developed, get it into the market that I still have dealers and many other companies reaching out, and we're still kind of in that more or less baby steps process of trying to get other companies set up to sell these products. So
Yeah. So, and speaking of the products, so since Will just so happens to have one of these, we are going to have our example up here. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to put Will in the center screen here, just because since he's got one.
all right.
And Derick, what we're going to do here is we're going to let you kind of explain everything, at least that what we're seeing here, just so that way you can explain it better. Because there's a big one that everyone needs to realize, that there's something unique about these Boxcars that I don't think I've seen in O Gauge. But we'll get to that here in a second. All right, Will. Let me go ahead and let put you on here. So go ahead, man. Take it away.
It was a custom Rocky Mountain train show boxcar, which was awesome.
All right.
All right, sir. You tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it. Can you hear me?
All right. So starting off,
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Who are we talking to first?
So this is Will. So Will has taken over.
Okay. All right.
All right, here. So we can still hear you if you want to go ahead and keep talking, Derick. So because we've got Will right now on the screen in terms of, he's got. Yep. Very good.
All right. So we got our custom run here that we did for the Rocky Mountain Train Show, which was actually a surprise because that show's been asking me since the first time I went there. I think back in 2018 or 2019. If I would do some custom cars, because when I went there first, I brought some HO cars that had custom printing on them, and they got super excited. And so I actually surprised them this year. And a really, really great guy, John Garberg, that runs the show, I actually did a special car for him and gave it to him as a surprise for all these years he's been asking me. So you can see there, we're looking at the bottom of the car, the full undercarriage detail, which we're real excited about. You can see we got our logo there on the trucks. We've got really nice quality metal wheels. The car's got a really nice rolling weight to it. So something that we do a little bit different is, we weigh our cars. We weight our cars to a really nice weight. These cars weigh about 17.3 ounces. So they're a little heavier than some of the other cars. And the reason we do that with those real heavy metal wheels is they just roll really nice on the track. Something else that's going to be coming out this year is we actually developed a really high quality oil for longevity for models. And actually we use that to oil the tips of the axles into the truck side frames. And it's built for longevity. So we can actually pick up a lot more rolling longevity with this new oil development that we've come up with. So all of our cars come pre-oiled just to help with over time, stuff sits around and can, wear and, draw moisture and sometimes rust a little bit. So we try to prevent things for the long term. So we really try to look ahead to the future. We kind of, we like to say, you've heard it before. It's like, well, the next generation of model trains, but we're a young family. We've been doing this a while, but we're trying to do this for the long term, and we want to get younger people involved. And we feel like by what we're doing with a lot of the creative, exciting trains is going to bring younger modelers into the hobby. And I think that's a big goal in our family, is to get more people excited about trains. And one way to do that is, I feel like, the development of this new line. So,
one thing I do like, though, we get operating couplers too. I love that.
Yep.
Operating coupler. And you were saying this, sir, like little details. That's your guys' logo on the bottom. Like, that's awesome. And you mentioned that weight too. I think it was Eric Siegel's Eric's Trains video I just recently saw. Or no, it was an older video. It was him of the BNS Coal Train. Talk about weight of cars. This is a pretty hefty car for a boxcar. This is actually a really, really good weight, and it does roll. It rolls very well. So my ears perked up when you said, "Hey, we're gonna come out with an oil." I was like, I do like that too. So, but yeah, you tell me where to go, and I'll
So I think we need to address the big part here. This is probably the thing that's going to separate this from the other box cars here. So you might want to go ahead and open up those doors and let them know what we're talking about. So, all right, here. So
yeah, let's go and open up a door there and look inside.
So
go
ahead and tell us about
something really exciting. Yeah, absolutely. So our cars all come standard with a full detailed interior. It's got a simulated wood plank floor that actually goes all the way through. And something that we did is, as you look inside the car, you can actually see the custom graphic printing on the insides of the doors, and there's actually custom graphics on the roof as well. And it talks about freight clearances on the inside of the body of the car. There's our logo on the roof. Awesome. But I want to talk a little bit more about the wood floor, because not only did we do a simulated wood floor, but we've actually come up with a similar to like you would put a varnish on real wood. What we've come up with is this matte finish coating that goes over the simulated wood to give it kind of a textury, matte, kind of real looking finish versus just like a shiny decal or something. And it really gives it a very realistic finish. And not only that, if you look real closely, you can actually see the different colored boards where it looks like potentially over
that's cool.
using it. Board replacement. So it'd be one thing to just do them all. It'd be easy to just do them all the same, but to actually make it look like this has been in use and that the floor has been replaced, I think separates us a little bit. So
and before we go any further, Newt had a really good question here. So Newt 1969 asks, are the carriage details separately applied, or are they part of the mold? So
I'm sorry, say that again. On the body?
So the body, both the interior and the undercarriage, is all of that molded in, or is that all separately applied?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, the chassis is a separate, piece. The undercarriage that goes into it's a separate piece, and then the wood portion's a separate piece, and then it's weighted inside. So yeah, those are all separate pieces.
Yeah,
I like this. I like I don't know prototypical operations of boxcars, but I can tell that there's like a little lip in here.
And I see it
too.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, can you kind of talk a little bit about that for us?
Mm-hmm. So basically, what we did is, So basically, what we did is to get the car to look as realistic as we could. If you'll look, our car actually sits up just a little bit higher over the trucks than some of the other cars, because we were looking at some real pictures, and some of the cars just didn't look like the spacing maybe was as consistent as it could be. So we really tried to work on that. And then one thing we did is when we put the weights inside, the simulated floor actually goes up over those weights. So you don't just have a lot of cars I've seen them put weights in them and they just leave them exposed. They're not covered or anything. So what we tried to do is try to kind of integrate the weight into the undercarriage. And then by putting that simulation wood over it, it kind of gives it that two-step floor effect, kind of like it's got a raised floor up over the trucks. So that's what we've done there. And it covers it nicely and helps it blend in to the rest of the inside of the floor.
I love that. That's awesome.
I'm just really impressed by the detailing on that. I mean, I've been in Mo Gauge for quite some time. And someone can call me out if I'm incorrect on this. I don't think I've seen a manufacturer actually have a detailed interior in the boxcar like that, because it makes. So the thing that has me really excited about this, and we mentioned it a little bit before the show, I think this is a perfect opportunity to get some separately applied like pieces on there, just because get like some simulated O gauge pallets in there and just load them up there. That is so cool. Yeah. So
no, sure. I think you're right, because even with I mean, I'm a huge PFE reefer fan. I have so many of these, and I know our good buddy over here, Train Man Dan, he's, king of freight over there. Anytime you kind of get a scale car or any other car, whatever the body or whatever the undercarriage color is, that's the same type of molded in plastic color you're going to get in here. It's not going to be distressed, weathered, anything. And then the other thing too is going that extra step. I mean, that just kind of goes to like the quality and everything, because I mean, we could do that, but it's very time consuming to do a detailed interior and to do all this stuff. I mean, even just like check freight clearance before closing door. I mean, like that's cool. Like, and then I did not know this until that the logo is printed. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got this car.
Yeah, because Newt was asking about that. He was like, "What's on the ceiling in the car here?"
Yeah.
So
Here, hold on. So that's his logo.
So it's got the Creative Trainworks logo inside the roof.
That's awesome.
We didn't want to put it. We kind of wanted it inconspicuous, up in the roofs. But if you open it up and look in there, it's there. So it's got our little, custom touch on there.
so
another cool thing, and it's.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't.
No. What's the cool thing? I'm learning too.
Yeah. Yeah. So all the cars that we're shipping now, and you can't even really see it, but believe it or not, there is actually some more detailing on the ends of the roof inside. So if they were stacking pallets, and let's say a new person gets in there and doesn't understand clearances and stacking procedures, there's actually some information on the roof inside talking about roof clearances. So even though you can't see it, now I can't remember because we did these cars for the special run if I did it on those, but all of the cars that are in production now have the roof detailing on the inside.
That's awesome.
So Derick, you would say that this is definitely not like kind of like a starter, like a lower end kind of boxcar. Like this is something that's definitely a higher quality wise. So and so are these scale size, or are these more the traditional size, or are these kind of more like a hybrid aspect of it? What would you say, Will?
Yeah, I would call it a hybrid. It's definitely
hybrid. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I mean, sir, you mentioned it perfectly. Like it is a hybrid. The weight is definitely scale. I mean, you mentioned it was like 17 ounces, right? I mean, that's 17 ounces, correct, sir?
Yeah, it's 17 to 17.3. The research I had done that a lot of the most successful scale O-gauge box cars in a 40-foot style car were coming in somewhere around that 17 ounces. I had done some testing with lighter weights, and the car just didn't seem to handle as smoothly as we kept adding a little more weight to the underframe. And that's just where we landed. We felt like that it pulled the nicest, it rolled the smoothest, especially with our oil that we developed. You got to think about how much weight you're applying to the axle as it sits in the truck side frame. And we found that you almost enhance the roll, but with the oil, with the extra weight, because if it's just dry and you got a heavier car, well, it may not roll as well because over time it's going to build a little bit of friction and you're going to have a slight bit of wear with extra weight. So again, kind of going that extra step for our customers to try to prepare the car, for the long haul per se. But it is a hybrid. I mean, it is a little bit taller, maybe than just a standard O-gauge 40-foot car. Our steps are very scale to the car. That's something that we did with the steps. We've seen several cars, they don't have steps on them. It's just like kind of straight across. So we did do that nice detailed step that goes into the ladder. So just extra little things like that.
So let's go ahead and let's address one of the elephants in the room. Is of course like how much would you say these are, Derick?
Ooh.
Okay, so these are going to sell for $79.99, and we feel like at that price point, we're not at the bottom and we're not way over the top. But what we've done is we've created a car that a lot of people can't afford, and we think that with the extra detail, especially the undercarriage and interior detail and extra weight, that you're getting a lot in our value train's name. You are really getting a lot for what you're paying here. And we also feel like the quicker turnaround times also play into that value, because I know myself as a modeler and in the manufacturing industry that there are times that, I'm willing to pay maybe just a few extra dollars to get something, say next week versus waiting a year. So we feel like we're able here in the USA to come into the market kind of in a place to work for you guys. I mean, that's our goal, is to be able to get models in your hands at a somewhat affordable price point, a high quality car and give you something that gives you something to look forward to, knowing that it's actually going to be on your layout, in the next 30 to 60 days. So,
yeah. So, and pricing wise, for those that don't know, that's about right around the same ballpark, just a couple dollars different from a MTH Rail King, like a brand new MTH Rail King boxcar. So this pricing point is about on par with an MTH Rail King one. So Will's got something else. Go ahead, Will.
But wait, there's more, sir. I don't know if I can speak for all of us here, but I am a huge person when it comes to how items are packaged. And we love our postal service, USPS, FedEx, and yes. And the big thing about trains now is, can you triple pack it? Which means, can you pack the box around a box? I'm very pleased with your type of boxes. And if you want to kind of talk a little bit about this as well, I'll do the same thing for your for the boxcar, for your packaging as well. So you take it away, sir. Tell me what you want me to do.
Okay. So let's just real quick, let's go back to when we started. And it was kind of a learning curve because we tried a lot of different types of packaging. I mean, we tried some of the more conventional methods of products like other manufacturers were doing that we've been selling in our store for years. But we just could never really come up with something that would protect the car. And like you said, sometimes this stuff gets beat up pretty good in shipping. I mean, I've had boxes come in smashed before and then look inside it, and whoever shipped it to me literally did not put any packing material around it. They just threw it in a box and shipped it. Well, something else I wanted to go the extra mile for our customers and future customers is to develop a box that's very durable, that's about 2 to 3 times as thick as a lot of our other manufacturers that great manufacturers that we even sell in our store today. But we just had to learn over the years what to do and what not to do. So we made a very heavy box. If you look even the window, I mean, I don't know of any other box out there that has that thick of a clear window in it. I mean, it's not just a clear cellophane. I mean, this is an actual thick Lexan window in the box. And the reason we did that is because we wanted that thick window to protect the car. If you got a really just flimsy clear cellophane, it can punch through and actually do damage to the car. So we went the extra mile there. But really what puts it over the top is the interior of the box. If you can open it up. Yeah, we actually make all those in-house. It's a very thick, it's a high density foam, and we actually use a similar foam in the automotive industry that it rebounds very quickly and goes back to its original shape, but it's also extremely soft. Some of your thicker foams on the market actually have almost a coarse feel to them. But what we did is we went with this more of an automotive grade foam that's very, very soft. So it will not scratch the car. It does not rub on the paint and create wear marks. So every box car that goes out of here has that custom high-end foam insert box. When you're looking at the price point, you've got to look here that you're looking at about a $10 box. If someone called to order a box for me and said, hey, I need another box, I mean, you're looking at about $10 to put one of those boxes together. So on a retail side. So again, just trying to show people our charismatic point of view towards not only developing the cars, but everything down to the packaging, to the labeling. I mean, you can see right at the top of the box there, creative and exciting O-gauge trains. And we feel like that's what we're trying to do is just bring a new flavor into the market.
Mm-hmm. I love this. I even love on your custom runs. I know what I'm looking at. I love that.
Yeah. So overall, I mean, I think that's a pretty reasonable price, especially given the fact that some of the detailing on this are like either very rare or first times in O-gauge, and the fact that you can get it here rather quickly, I think that makes up for it in a way. Spend a few dollars more compared to an MTH Rail King boxcar, and boom, it's right there. And of course, you get a really nice package, so it's going to be taken care of here. So.
Sir, one other question. It was at my feet, so excuse me. Does each of your boxcars also come wrapped with this plastic as well? So it goes.
It does. So it does. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets protected with that thick plastic wrap, and then we actually tape it tightly around it. And what that does is that also helps the trucks from kind of flopping around in the box. And then once you set it into that foam insert, I mean, it's not really going anywhere. I mean, it's there for the long haul. So every car that goes out of here is going to be carefully packaged. And then what we do is, which I'm kind of in one of the assembly areas now, but I mean, every car gets wrapped in bubble wrap and tightly packed into a box. We even go as far as to, I mean, every box is labeled with fragile. You know, we try to make sure that from the time you place the order to the time that it literally arrives at your door, that you're getting top-notch service. Because we haven't even talked about that yet. That's a whole nother level of USA that we're looking at. But our goal is if you have an issue or anything at all, you know, I'm the man behind all this. I got a great saying, not that another man speed up the process of helping you with anything that you need. So
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, hey, Dell Hudson asked a really good question. So can you put that PS1 boxcar next to a Lionel PS1 boxcar? So put a Value Trains PS1 and a Lionel PS1 for comparison, just so that way they can kind of get an understanding.
You know what? I think Dell, I actually may have a PS1 boxcar, but you guys are also testing my my freight nomenclature, because all I know are PFE reefers and tank cars and the stuff.
You gotta diversify.
Yeah.
The stuff that I
well, the freight makes the money, man.
You guys are definitely testing my because
I've already convinced them to get a bunch of like freight cars now.
Actually, so here I will show. I'm going to show a boxcar, and I'm going to ask, is this a PS1 boxcar?
I think it is.
Oh, thank God.
Pretty sure it is.
Okay. Yes, so I can definitely do that. So here, what I will do is I'm going to go. Actually, you know what? No, this is great because I have a scale PS1 boxcar, and then I also have a PFE reefer car, which are my favorite. Hint, hint to Value Trains. If you guys make PFE, I will buy them by the boatload. All right. So here, it's going to be a little unorthodox, but what I'm also going to do is, that's something. And I don't know if you've ever connected your couplers to KD couplers, but I can attest that they do connect to KD couplers, which is great. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on my phone, and Larkin, if you can do me a huge favor, once I get on the train cam, if you can separate the other camera, so that way we just focus on the other camera. So one moment.
Hopefully the camera will cooperate this time.
Except for so there was a whole thing that happened the last time. All right. So
you just let me know when you're ready.
All right.
It should be good now.
All right,
cool.
Oh, wait, it's not on the thing.
All right, can you hear me?
There we go. I had to mute it.
All right, here we go. It was a good transition. I don't know if I can hear you, but you can hear me. Yes?
Yep.
I can hear you.
All right, cool.
I can hear you
perfectly. All right, here we go.
No, I can't.
Wah, 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 wah.
Wow, I didn't expect it to be.
I see what's happening. So what I'm going to do, and I'm sorry that this is it's making the stream seem a little unprofessional. So excuse me.
No, hey,
I'm going to end the train cam. I'm going to go back to my MacBook. So just bear with me, okay? I'll be back.
All right.
So
that happened the last time, and
happened like 3 times in a row in like a 15-minute. Oh my gosh, Maddie C says, who brought the potatoes?
Who brought the potatoes, bro? So speaking of which, speaking of potatoes, I actually had some earlier for dinner.
We need to give Derick context. Why are we bringing up potatoes? So basically speaking, so one of the big Instagrammers that does that does live streams. He has a phrase. So like if your Wi-Fi or like your internet craps out on you, it's called you have potato Wi-Fi. And Will Will has unfortunately been.
I'm the face of that, dude. It was one time, and I was holding my son, and I was super excited. I was like, "All right, Train Talk Tuesday," and then my friend Ben holds up a bag of potatoes, and then there's just me like a goober. I'm like, I don't have potato Wi-Fi. Yeah, sure I do. All right. Well, here. So, can you guys let me know if that's coming in crystal clear?
That's coming in perfect.
All right. So what we have here in the center is we have Value Train's custom run boxcar from Rocky Mountain Train Show. This is an MTH Premier Union Pacific serves the West. It's definitely weathered. It was one of my first ones, but negate that. That's scale. But one thing I like, I also have a scale PFE reefer. And you know what? Those look pretty high comparison. Those look basically the same.
Oh,
those look pretty good. But yeah, so that is in comparison to true scale. So you have your PS1 boxcars over here, and just minus like a little bit on the height, it is a true hybrid. Sure, this is great. Yeah, it's great. And then, like I mentioned over here, this is the Lionel PFE reefers. But yeah, who had that question? Mark? Was it Newt?
So it was Dell that asked about it.
Oh, Dell. Yeah, so Dell, I mean, that's pretty good. That's awesome.
It really is.
That's awesome. And one thing I was mentioning real quick, because so I've started converting my my reefer cars to KD couplers because I'm a crazy maniac. And I can say this, they do actually couple to KD couplers, which
I did not expect that.
I did not expect that either, because normally you have to jimmy it and do all that other stuff. No, but that just watch like.
So out of curiosity, like, does it feel like it's gonna like decouple, or is it stuck on there pretty good?
No, honestly, it feels pretty good because on my layout right now, I have a Union Pacific 9000, and I actually have no idea where the caboose is. I think I might have. Okay, so the caboose over here, I haven't converted any of my cabooses to KD couplers, but it's just like the normal knuckle, like lobster claw, right? And you always have to fumble with it and all that other stuff, and then you have to have a transition car between the locomotive and your KD cars. I'm pleasantly surprised. This just coupled right away, and that's why I'm kind of like, I'm not freaking out, but I'm professionally excited because
it comes off really easily too.
Yeah, no, that's great. Like,
wow.
So real quick, so Derick, real quick, did you intend it to be able to have it connect to KD couplers by chance, or is this the first time for you?
So the initial intent, was no. I mean, we wanted a nice knuckle coupler, but we wanted something that again would work with a lot of different other manufacturers. But no, I wasn't aware of how easily it would couple to an O gauge or O scale knuckle.
Yeah, and KD. No issues. Yeah, no issues with connecting that either. With
so Will, do like a quick. I was gonna say try a quick test. Like just put some, basically hold the I can't think of the name, the Value Trains car, and then pull the PFE reefer just to see if it can handle the resistance with that KD couple.
Oh my gosh! All right, fine.
I'm just genuinely curious about this now.
Well, yeah, I mean, and see, sir, again, why I think you should go into the PFE market because
he'll buy all of them.
I will buy a lot of them. I really will.
Maybe I should start pre-orders.
So we got 50 pre-orders all in the same day. I wonder how we got that.
Yeah.
This actually leads to So this actually leads to a great segue. So Ian McCrimmon says, is this their only scale product at the moment? And are you planning to, and if this is the only one, are you planning to do more new ones in the future?
Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to do more in the future. I think our brain is so wrapped up in this project, and it's such an exciting moment for us getting these products out in the market that I would say look for, maybe later this year, maybe this summer, we'll see National Train Show. I don't know yet. But because we do many other scales as well. So we're always in the development process for new product. So we'll see, but you can definitely count on this. Definitely won't be the one and only O-Gauge product from Value Trains and Creative Train Works. So,
okay. So go ahead.
Well, you asked for the test. We're going to test it. I have 17 PFE reefers with KD couplers. Now these are scale, and I'm even going to push like a little bit further back because one thing about KD couplers, I love the.
I was about to say about the couple for a second.
Yeah, so I'm not even gonna just. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's not the car's fault. That's the switch's fault. There's a little bit of a raised that I still need to do it, but honestly, pulling 17 cars,
wow,
that's not bad.
Like with a KD and a lobster claw, that's kind of insane.
Really good. And I like how it's the sizing on that. I mean, it looks really, really good.
Yeah, that looks incredible.
Actually, so I have one question that I will save towards the end because now I'm a little excited. But yeah, no, that's great. Those are awesome. All right, cool. Test over.
But
all right, we can breathe now a little bit.
Yeah.
So several people are actually saying in the comments. So is there a link to your website, or is there a link to the O-Gauge boxcars that people can go on to like after this live stream?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's two ways to get to the store. You can go to valuetrainsusa.com. You can click on shop, and that'll take you to our store, where you can go to the Creative Train Works portion of the store. You click on that and it'll let you shop all boxcars. So you can order them all off the website, or you can go directly to our hobby shop, which is samsunrchobbyshop.com. Go to our store. It's the same store. And you can, again, go to Creative Train Works and get right on there. And like I said, we got well over 50 paint schemes already up on the site. We don't have all of the photos yet. We're working on that. We've been so stinking busy since we got back that we've been slowly trying to get the photos up, which is kind of a big project in itself. But my staff's doing a great job, and you'll see all the pictures up here shortly. So
all right. So the good news. So for those that are tuning in that want to see the other variations as well as where to go, the good news is, number one, I will definitely leave a link in the video description once we're done here, and number two, we'll go ahead and we'll do a tour of it right now, just so that way we can explore as a group. So just bear with me just 1 second. All right, here. So I could see that they're still in the works here. So we'll go ahead and we'll kick it off with this one here. So this is the Abraham Lincoln scheme here. So this one is inspired by I believe this was inspired by the Abraham Lincoln unit.
it is. So to my knowledge, now quote me if I'm wrong, but I want to say we're the only manufacturer that announced this product and already has it in the market where you can buy it. So we're super excited about that. We do this in 4 scales. We have it in O gauge, HO scale, N scale, and Z scale. And I actually have all of those here that I'd like to show you here in a little bit. And they're all available for purchase.
Yes, please.
Now.
Yeah. So, and here's another one.
So,
the Union Pacific.
I've got to figure out how to switch this camera around so I can show you more.
Yeah. Hey, Here you go, Will.
StreamYard's
This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect for you to put behind your reefers. Oh, hold on.
He's muted. He's muted.
Yeah. I was muted because I was typing and I was putting a box away. I had no idea. I'm gonna order a couple of these. Heck yeah!
Oh
Awesome.
no, he.
Potato Wi-Fi.
Oh no!
So hold on,
no.
we'll get him back on. So we're just.
He might have hit the wrong button.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right. We'll give him a moment here. So
That's okay.
But yeah, like I'm telling you, just on the layout just now, I was shocked. I was trying to hide my excitement with the fact that something as simple as connecting a lobster claw to a Katy coupler,
It's like seeing you get excited about the Napa Valley wine train.
which yeah, honestly, that was the thing I was gonna ask him. I was like, "Hey, can you do some wine boxcars?" All right, there he is. Okay, cool.
all right, go ahead and let me at least get us out of this. One moment. All right, here. So
I'm thinking of. I'm almost.
Sorry,
kinda
guys.
thinking
I
of-
think I lost you there for a minute.
no, that's
Oh,
okay.
It's okay.
We
Can
got
you hear me?
back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can
Oh,
hear you.
this is perfect.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, we can
Yeah,
see
I
you
can.
perfectly and we can hear you perfectly.
If you're on your phone, can you do it in landscape so we
I
can
think I
see?
lost the volume for some reason.
Oh, see, I'm not the only one. Happened to him too. But yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So I see Railbox, I see Burlington, I see Abraham Lincoln.
You guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
We
can hear you.
Can you hear
We
us?
you.
Hmm.
Hold on.
I don't think he's able to hear us.
All right, Derek, can you hear us?
Come on.
See, I don't know what was going on with the phone, but yeah, we had that same thing.
Potato.
No, it's not. I don't think it's potato Wi-Fi. I think it might just be the application because
Can you hear me, guys?
I
Yes,
can't.
can you hear
I
you?
can hear. Can you hear us?
No,
No.
Yeah.
no. Oh my gosh, look at that American flag one. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
good. How was maybe just ask him to restart it? I don't know how his method of doing it the first
Hey,
time.
Derek, can you hear us?
He's
I
trying
don't
to
think he can. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to turn us up. I can tell because that's the same thing that I had on my phone just now with the Yeah, so that's the
We'll
same
get
thing I just had.
So,
But that little tease right there, oh my god,
I mean,
that was
so
awesome.
so Will. Here's the other thing: is like, I'm almost tempted to pre-order one now, just for the fun of it.
oh
No,
yeah.
they really are great cars. I mean, so when I saw the pre-show at Rocky Mountain, I saw his stuff there and I was like, oh, if only this was an O scale. And then I looked a little further, I was like, oh my gosh, he does do O scale. And then I saw his custom car. Hey, sir, can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yeah, for some reason it got muted and I unmuted it and it still wouldn't let me hear. So I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah.
so I was actually trying to get you to see some of the other cars I had here on display, and you can see a pretty. Okay.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I wanted you to see the
So let me see if I can pull
Abraham
you.
Lincoln.
oh nice,
Oh,
There you
nice.
go.
nice.
So someone was asking about the gold Burlington. If you can, once you do your loop back around, if you can center on that gold Burlington. Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh man,
let's pull that.
that's kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
That thing pops. That thing's really, really good looking.
So we had some, yeah. So we were actually at the Spring Creek Model Train Show July 4th weekend this last summer, and somebody came by our booth and said, "Man, you really ought to do the gold Burlington car." I said, "Well, I haven't seen it." He said, "Man, you got to look it up." He said, "It's a real prototype," and we actually looked it up. So we actually went ahead and did the gold car, which to me, I think the gold with the wood floor inside is just really cool. I mean, I think it really goes well.
Oh yeah, the color contrast is great.
Well, the one thing that I was
absolutely
thinking is that when you with that label that's that's inside of the door, I don't think I've ever seen that in any other manufacturer besides you.
Mm-mm.
We hadn't either, and that was one of the things that we wanted to kind of push the modeling envelope a little bit, was to add some details that had never been seen before, just to really show our commitment and interest to pushing the level of the hobby to kind of new heights in different ways as far as some of the detail, painting and printing, and graphics. So
I love that.
We've got a nice variety here.
Oh, that's a nice Burlington.
Yeah,
look at the big boy car. Are you kidding me?
Is that a big boy car?
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's the big boy car. Yeah, definitely an exciting one.
Oh, that's incredible. I love that.
And again, this was all approved by Union Pacific as well. So, yeah. So, and then of course we got our new Rock Island that we came out in all scales. We got blue and white. We got a C&W patch job here that's pretty awesome. You can see that it's got all the patch paint work, just like the real prototype would have. So just some exciting things we got coming. So you can see over here some more. This is pretty exciting. So you can see here, this is our Value Trains waving American flag, and you can actually see how the flag actually has the faded and the waves. You can see how it's color transitioned, so it changes as it looks like the flag waves and the light hits it.
That's cool.
Is that a limited printing, or is that like one of the normal ones, or is that like a 250th car?
No, this is one of our cars. So this, believe it or not, this waving American flag scheme has been super popular from the very beginning in our HO products. So we've just carried it in and we've changed it, to 2026 in the numbers on the side of the car, the VTR USA 2026, which this so far has been one of our hot sellers with the 250th celebration of America. But what's really cool is I'm going to come over here because these paint schemes are also offered in O gauge, but you can see
heck yeah.
Oh, that white one's nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then we've got the eagle with the flag with the stars that we designed, which is really beautiful. That one's also available. I've also got a really beautiful red We the People that's also available. And then, of course, we've got the UP flag. We've got the Abraham Lincoln, the Value Trains waving flag. So we've also we did the cotton belt over here. I can get, this is the 1776, Spirit of 1776 with the Liberty Bell. Even has a little crack in it there if you look real close in the printing. Yeah. So
I see.
there it is. So, yep. So just another really beautiful patriotic scheme that we're offering. And the plan is I'm hoping to have somewhere between 3 and 5 more that we'll announce at the National Train Show in Chattanooga this summer.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. One question I did have for you, sir, is with all the train shows that you go to. I mean, you've been to Rocky Mountain. You're gonna go to the NMRA show in Chattanooga. Are you custom cars for each of these
Yes.
events? An event car?
So no, we don't do cars for every event. It really just depends on which show allows us to produce a car and sell it at the show as a commemorative car. And we have done it for Train Fest in the past. And then of course, Rocky Mountain. I probably won't do any other commemorative per show cars this year, just due to the level of workload that we have right now, not only in our current products, but also in development. We have an extremely full plate right now, which is really a blessing, but it also requires an extreme amount of committed time to be able to produce these products and get them out in a timely manner. So,
Right. No, absolutely. And I do want to kind of talk to the chat real quick. So, was at the Rocky Mountain Train Show. I saw them. Did not see these cars initially, and then during the show, I did. And then he mentioned that this was only one of 7. That was really, really cool. So it kind of goes to like the collectability
it
now
is.
too.
Yeah.
Like now this is a collector's piece, and now I can tie this car to an event and to a memory, and that's something that's it's really, really cool. And honestly, I can't wait to see what you're going to turn up next year, because this was awesome. I love that. So I can't wait to see what the next car looks like.
Thank you. Yeah. So this year we did that extremely limited run. I mean, this is really a launch of our new O gauge line. So we're like, you know what? We're just going to bring a few pieces, and it's going to be definitely a first come, first serve basis. And, one guy actually bought 2. He bought 1, and then he actually came back. He's like, man, I got to have another one for a buddy.
Oh,
So,
no.
So next year we'll bring, a few more. But,
and I thought that was like the thrill of the hunt thing too, because I was I was with a friend of mine, Wayne, and we were looking at your cars, and we're like, man, these cars are sweet. Because you were correct, like no one's done an Abraham Lincoln. No one, I've not seen anyone do a big boy car. That one was cool. Like all these like just super custom looking cars, and you would never think about adding it to a freight car.
Yeah, we like to do anything that makes, a lasting statement that people get excited about. And I think that any of these paint schemes that we're doing definitely are something I think people want to run on their layout.
Right.
Plus, they're just fun to look at, whether you're running it or not. I mean, it's cool to display. I mean, it's just neat to own. And then, like I said before, back to the licensing, I think having the official Union Pacific licensing, and like what's really cool is, we have their approval, but some of these artworks are actual authentic artworks from the real locomotives. So we're super excited to say that the authenticity level of some of these are literally the exact same as the real, obviously on a locomotive, but it's prototypically the same fonts, it's the same art. So super excited about that.
The other thing too, you said, so it's the prototypical font, the art, but I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to say this as a colorblind individual, it's the prototypical colors too. I can appreciate that. The colors are correct. I love that.
And that's another thing. Yeah, we definitely strive. Being in the automotive industry, in the high quality automotive paints, because that's what all of our models have, is an extremely high quality automotive base coat paint. So we have, color matching abilities. It's all done in house. So if something needs to be tweaked or changed, we can do so. And it just gives us another level of, dare I say, literally daily hands-on ability is that, we paint all these cars in-house. So if anything needs to be tweaked, we can do it on site before, anything gets shipped out. So that's another level of, we think, exciting manufacturing abilities is being able to do all that right here in the USA, which has just really not been seen very much. I'm not saying it hasn't been done, but it sure hasn't been done very much here in the United States. So,
yeah, cool. But no, so now this is going to be kind of a short. So for those that normally tune into our live stream, so these are going to be more of our. This is one of our more shorter ones, just because the fact that we're doing something a little different tonight, and then of course we're not 100% in terms of everyone here, but no, this is really impressive. I love it. I think the price for what you're getting out of it, you're getting probably the best detailed interior boxcar out there. You're getting one that's properly packaged, and it's one that's made in America. Something that it's no secret and no gauge. There's a lot of frustration of people out there that aren't necessarily the biggest fans of everything being made overseas. So, no, but I will say this here. So we'll hang out here for a few minutes. So we'll go ahead, ma'am.
I do have one potential custom run that I think will just potentially explode, and the people in the chat can chime in. Everyone knows that I'm completely obsessed with two things: Santa Fe 2926, which I'm not going to chime on, but the American Freedom Train, sir. If I believe that could sell in those colors, which Stu and I from he does Metka, that logo is not trademark. That the logo is not trademark. After I think 1976 or 77, it was open to the market, and I think that could work. And I think I would purchase a couple of those.
What he's saying is he'll buy all of them that have just the logo.
What I'm trying to say is, do it.
Do it.
I'm just super impressed with. I was impressed the moment I saw all of your guys' product. It was incredible. But just being able to meet your family. I mean, your daughter was super, super cool, and she handed the card to us. And it's a family business. It's a loving business. But yeah, sir,
it is.
Yeah, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you and your family at the show. And I can't wait to see you again next year. But with that, though, I am not unfortunately, but I do have to kind of depart a little earlier than normal. But hey, team, this was great. I love doing these shows. This was, if I can say one thing, this thing is great. As a person who owns these and who was pleasantly shocked with some of the tests that we did tonight, this was a great product. And I can't wait to see what the next year's look like. And I can't wait to see what you come up with next. So, sir, great product. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing for the hobby. And gentlemen,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Will, for tuning in with us for a little bit. Hey, give my regards to your family.
Absolutely, guys. Well, hey, chat, be safe. Have a great rest of
your day. Very much.
Sir.
See you, Will.
See you, Will.
So,
I do have one question, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Derick, have you thought of making 36-foot wood-sided beer reefers?
Yeah. So hold on here. I
don't know if you heard that, but
yeah, he might have that potato.
No, I didn't hear that.
All right, go ahead, Dan. Ask again.
So, have you ever thought of making 36-foot wood-sided beer reefers?
So that hadn't come up yet, but it's definitely something we can look at. Like I said, we've been so wrapped up in this product that our goal was to get this product to market as quickly as we could for this year, especially with the celebration of 250th the United States of America. Like, what better way to launch a new product line than this year here in the USA? So I think, over the next months, you're going to see a lot more of this boxcar. And then I think you'll see some more things that we're looking into. Like I said, possibly this summer, but definitely later next year into the next year, we're going to be looking at development of some other rolling stock. And who knows what could potentially happen down the road on some other exciting things.
So I want to just circle back to this here because we've had some new people come into the live stream since we first started reviewing it. So it's just I gotta ask you something here. So this for me is probably the biggest selling point of your Boxcars is just the fact that they've got the impressive interior, the fact that you've got that flooring that looks so detailed, and it's so impressive in terms of the amount of detail that you put into this, especially since it's a semi-scale car. So which leads me to two questions here. So Darren, I did see your question here, so we'll get to you in here in just a second. So I gotta ask you something. So what was it that made you decide, you know what, I want to make the interiors of these super detailed on this? Because as far as I know, no one else does this in O gauge. So was it just something that was done HO and N scale that you wanted to bring to O, or did you feel like it's that, hey, you wanted to do something that made them stand out?
Yeah, I think more so on the latter part of your statement was that I wanted it to stand out. And what a lot of people don't know is that I do really meticulous custom designed automotive interiors. So we show classic cars all over the United States and compete at national and international level with some of the custom cars I built. And if you look on Facebook and go to Samson Design LLC, custom and hot rod interiors, you'll see some of the cars that I've designed and built for clients all over the world. So one of our big part of our real cars is our interiors. And we're really meticulous about the level of attention and the care that we put into a real vehicle interior. Now, we're not looking at vehicles per se. We're looking at rolling stock of, trains. But we felt like we wanted to put the same care into a model. And that was, if I was going to build my own train, I want the interior to look just as good and have just as much detail as the exterior, the underneath, the same way I look at a real, vehicle. So really, for me, it was just to try to do something special and unique that I had never seen before in trains, and also do it on, just a boxcar, so people would be really surprised when they open it up and they're like, wow, the outside looked great, but I had no idea that he detailed the interior, which again, I think just gives someone else something more exciting to kind of push them maybe to, buy one of these boxcars. So.
Yeah. And this leads me to my second question here. So Darren Grant asks, can we ask for multiple road numbers if you want several of one design?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, no worries. So Darren Grant 9359 asks, can we have multiple road numbers if we want several of one design? So if we want like one box, like three of the same type of boxcar, but with different numbers, is that something that you would be able to offer?
Yes, it is. So since we do all the printing ourselves in our facility here, we can do that. Now, currently, we don't have it up on the website of multiple numbers. But if you contact us directly and don't order through the website, if you just contact us first and say, hey, Derick, I really like your cotton belt, blue streak, fast freight car, but I'd be really happy to buy 4 or 5 cars, but I want them all different numbers. Then what I'll do is I will actually print you 4 or 5 different numbers for your car.
That's awesome.
So, and see, that's something else that I've never seen in the market, is where you can actually have one-on-one service with the manufacturer to tailor what you want and your needs directly with the manufacturer. I've seen it done in large runs where other companies have said, yeah, I had this done and it was outstanding, but I had to order 150 cars to be able to get multiple numbers, where if you contact me directly and say, hey, Derick, I'd really like to have this. Can you do me 5 numbers of the rail box nationwide boxcar pool cars? So you know what? Absolutely. I'll do 5 different numbers. And just so we're clear, all of the numbers, they're not decals. They're not, like a printed graphic where we make a sticker and put your numbers on. These are actually printed custom lettering onto the paint. So they are not stickers on, the numbers are not add-on stickers.
That's actually really cool. And I ended up finding the big boy, the 4014 boxcar on there. I think that's super cool. Just the fact that you included the little chalk big boy on there. It's those little details on that really makes it nice too. So, but no, so to anyone that's out there, let's just start. Looks like as if potato Wi-Fi. So while we're waiting for him to come back in here, so if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments. So we'll be more than happy to assist. So, but overall too, I mean, I think that, like really the biggest value that I see here is two things. So the first one is the fact that, they are made in the US of A. So the fact that, you do get that one-on-one service and you don't have to wait like 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 or 12 plus months just to get your rolling stock coming in. I mean, how long does it take Atlas sometimes? Like almost 2 years before they come in?
So to kind of give some more context on the Atlas, there was a time where they made like a Masterline GP7 and it took them 7 years just to get it produced. I kid you not. It took that long. And I don't know why it took that long. I just know it did. Right. And I'm just, it was wild.
Right. Oh, wow. Yeah. So, Darren says, I waited over 2 years for Atlas hoppers. So, all right, here. So I want to go ahead and I want to answer a question that a lot of people already are asking here. And that is, what's the website here? So the website is valuetrainsusa.com. So that's all one word. And this will get you to the American Craftsmanship, so Value Trains USA. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Shop All Boxcars. And this will pull up the site. And then what you're going to want to do, because naturally it's going to go to their main one, which is 8 scale. What you're going to want to do is you're going to go to Creative Trainworks. And then this is where you will find all the PS1 O-gauge boxcars as of right now. So, but all right, here we go. I'm back.
There he is.
So, but
we should be. So, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yep, I can. I've been able to hear you. There's been a couple little glitches, but I can definitely hear you guys. And definitely everything's spot on the website. Like I said, we'll be getting more pictures up, this week. We've just been immensely busy with everything we have going on right now. Because something else that our viewers need to also understand too is not only, we manufacture these to sell to the market, but we do custom runs, and a big part of our business is doing large runs of custom cars for people all over the United States. So all these manufacturing facilities and processes that we're doing at the same time, we have to do the custom runs. So, we're making cars for great people like yourselves, and then we're doing for organizations, museums, clubs, shows, all over the place, making custom trains. So it's definitely an exciting market to be a part of, and we're just so glad that we can, try to offer a great product that most of it is done all right here in the USA.
All right. So we'll wait a couple more minutes. If anyone has any questions, or if they want to ask Derick, myself, or Dan any questions, we'll be more than happy to assist. We'll wait a couple more minutes, and then if not, then we'll actually go ahead. We'll finish early for the night. So, but no, man, but this is really cool. I love the designs. I love the fact that you weren't just coming in just with, hey, I've got a boxcar. I'm going to do this, but instead you're doing it your way. You're bringing something different to the table. The fact that you've got metal trucks, you've got a detailed interior on there, and apparently they work with Katie couplers. So who knew on that part? But no, this is really good, and I will definitely spread the word about these cars here. And So I know several people were messaging me both on the Instagram and on the YouTube side, like, hey, can we get a link for this? So for those that are wanting a link besides at least what I shared, I will include it in here on the description once this video is done, just so that everyone can get a chance to take a look at it and see if there's any ones that they would like to get. So, but no, so Real Boys. Actually, someone did ask here. So you mentioned shows like Train Fest in the Midwest. Okay? So you actually have got two. Actually, you know what? Mine can wait. Darren asked, so can we get those American 250 cars by 4th of July?
You can get them now if you want.
So, okay, that answers that.
So,
yeah, they're available now.
Awesome. So that's actually kind of cool. The fact that hey, you got an idea? Hey,
got
just
it.
tell us.
I mean, we'll be shipping those out. If not next week, probably the week after. So, because pretty much everything that we have available right now. Well, not pretty much. I mean, every paint scheme that's on the website is available for purchase now. So,
okay.
Hang on. So someone did ask, at least on Instagram. So, given the fact that you are doing these tours, so arguably the biggest one for O-Gauge is the York Show out in York, Pennsylvania. If you end up growing your fleet to not just the Boxcars, but other freight cars out there as well, is that something that you're open to doing, is giving York a shot, especially since that's pretty much like the biggest O-Gauge train show in the country, and give yourself a chance to get out there even more?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think that you might even see us there next year. Because like I said, we're growing quickly, but we're trying to do it in a way that is sustainable for our future and for my retirement someday. Is I want to continue to make great models that are everlasting, for my future, my family's future. I mean, for your guys' future. I mean, I want to make cool trains for you guys for a long time. So I think you'll definitely see us in York. And it could, and like I said, it could be, very soon. So,
yeah, absolutely. So, it looks like as if I think we're done here, at least with the questions wise. So, I think what we're going to go ahead and do is, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to close up early for the live stream tonight. So that way, hey, I could spend a little bit more time with family. And,
all right.
Derick, thank you so much for taking some time out of this evening here. So. Don't be surprised if you get a few O-Gauge boxcar requests here after this live stream, because you've got a really good product, and I really hope that the future.
Hey, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
well,
I think your future looks right here, and we'll be here to support you.
And I appreciate you and all the guys. Well, we appreciate that, and thank you, all of you guys. It's so nice to meet you all, and thank you so much for your support. And if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know, and we look forward to talking with you guys more in the future.
All right, here. So before we go, I want to just let everyone know here. So there is not going to be a June show, because my wife and I, we are expecting our daughter first week of June. And so I'm going to take off the month of June in terms of what we do next. That being said, I'm hoping to be back in July in time for the next Lionel catalog, and we will definitely have a good time with that. So until next time, I thank you all so much for tuning in the Trains of Lark show, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.